going to start off by using a double spray tray, and I've used just under 2 blocks of Oasis. Now, soak my Oasis, I'm sure you all know, I'm sure a lot of you are into your flower arranging, but when you put your Oasis into soak, put it in a bowl and do not push it under the water. Just let it float down, otherwise if you push it under, when you come to cut it, it will be dry in the middle. So let it soak, 5 minutes or so, does the job. So I've also left a little bit of a reservoir at the end, because if you fill it up with Oasis, by the time you put all your stalks in, the water will start expanding and it will come out over the sides. And I may also say, whenever you put it on a table, always put a mat or something in there, just in case any water does come out. So I'm going to use 3 candles in this. 1, 2, 3, but I want to make sure my tape isn't where I want to put my candles. So I'm going to put a candle in the middle. So we have tape going across that way. Let's go that one there, that one there. 2 at the end. And tape it in really nice and tight, otherwise you will find your Oasis will move. So using my Oasis tape, stick that down firmly. And then to put my candles in, I've made some little hairpins with wires. Now you could use matchsticks, you could use thin garden canes and cut them up, but I've used some thin floristry wires and I've made them into little hairpins. Okay? So what we'll do is put them around the side and just take them on with the Oasis tape. Not too high up, otherwise you'll see the bits of wire coming up. Too long, just cut them on quite evenly. Make sure the wicks are up. Put one in the middle. 2, 3. Evenly spaced. Does that look even? Right, and then I'm going to start off with my base with some lovely spruce. Now if you're lucky enough to have one of these in your garden, then brilliant. Otherwise we do sell this. We have this in from the sort of 1st of November and it lasts for ages, absolutely ages. I mean, I'm going to do a door swag in a minute to show you, and that obviously if you hang it on the door it will not be in water, but you'll just find it will just dry out. Does help if you keep it sprayed. So I'm going to use this as my base, and when I put my bottom bits in, I always cut my stem, whatever I'm doing, cut them at an angle. This is because it's more of an intake for the water to go up, so everything's cut at an angle. Make sure the stem's nice and clean and pop in there a good inch. And I'm going to come around the outside, not too wide. Obviously, because it's going on a dinner table, you don't want it too wide because otherwise it's going to take up too much space. By the time you've got your wine bottles and gravy bowls and salt and pepper, crackers and party hats and whatever else you might be putting on there. And this smells absolutely gorgeous. We use this in everything, table centres, doorways. It's beautiful. And smaller bits, don't believe in wasting our shop, so all the smaller bits can be used just to fill in. A little bit more spruce down here. Come all around my base. Every single bit of that used. And then we've got some lovely, I love this at the moment, it's by Philadelphia's. Beautiful. This seems to be everywhere at the moment. Absolutely gorgeous. And again, it lasts well. Oops. daisy. So again, trim my stems, clearing them. Come around my edges, so I'm keeping my outside shape first. It's got quite a nice scent actually to this, doesn't it? Smell, it does. At the ends, and then we'll go for the middle. I don't want to have them up too high in the middle, obviously, because we're going to light our candles. And just a word of warning, any lit candle arrangements do not leave unattended overnight. Too much wine, whiskey, and then you forget about it. You really don't want to come downstairs the next morning. There we are. So, put that in there. Keep that for something else. And then also, very plentiful, free, cheap. At the moment, the ivy berries, these are lovely at the moment. They're just, sometimes they're a little bit flowery, but once the flowers have gone over, they get these lovely dark grey black baubles, and they're lovely to use. And again, just last. There's some things you find, I don't know if you found this, but things you pick from hedgerows or for the garden doesn't always last very well. Might wilt quite quickly. But these are brilliant. Again, they'll just sort of dry out. But I love them for the texture. I love the bobbliness in them. See how it's coming together at the end. I'm rushing quite through this, but when I'm doing this in the shop, especially if it's foliage we brought in, every stem by the time I finish would look like that with no wastage. I'll fit those in. God. Going for a little bit of silver eucalyptus. This is always nice. Again, a different texture, really nice for filling in. Go for a couple of little longer bits out the end.
When would you start this? When would you do this?
I was, if I wanted this, if someone was coming in the shop and they wanted it to look ideal for Christmas Day, 24th, Christmas Eve, I would say maybe collect sort of 22nd, 21st, something like that. And then also you could find it would last through to New Year. You may, I would say maybe, you know, if we were doing it, I'm going to do it quite traditional, this one, in the reds. But then maybe for New Year, all the foliage would still last, but I might whip out the red roses, red berries, and change it for white. And then you can make it into silver and white for New Year. So your foliage would be fine. But yeah, any table decorations, I usually say to ensure freshness, sort of 21st, 22nd. Yeah. So that silver's given it a nice. Even when you get down to the bottom of this stone, these big bits are great for filling in, especially around your candles. Of course, I haven't got my hands on any holly yet. A couple of little bits of nice holly, variegated holly, they look beautiful in there. What else have we got? I might put just a couple of bits of this. I'll just leave that while we're out in the garden. Just for a little bit of texture. I'm sure we've all got plenty of this. If we haven't, I'm sure our neighbours have got some that's going to pay for the garden. But again, this is a lovely fresh pine smell, and it'll just last. You know, nothing in here can really wilt. It's all quite hard stemmed, very woody, and nice and wintry. That. Let's see in the front. Got any cups there? No. Keep that quite low. Right, so we've filled it up with our foliage. Nice, we've got a nice shape there. Not too wide, just sit nicely in the centre of the table. And then I'm going to pop some, not too many flowers. Right. we have lovely leucodendron. This we can have in as a shop as just like a big single flower, which is really nice to use with exotic flowers. Well, this is a spray one, lovely. So again, cleaning my stems, popping them in, and it lasts for ages. Again, nice woody.
Sorry, what was that called?
Leucodendron. Something we have sort of usually sort of autumn, winter. You can get it in summer, but I find it quite a wintry flower. I tend to use it more this time of year. We also get it in sprayed as well, sort of gold and silver. I'm not really into my dyed flowers, but it doesn't look too bad, sort of in Christmas bouquets. If anyone's got any questions on as I'm doing, please do ask. So I've got a little touch of red in there, so making it a little bit more colourful. And then we've got these lovely carnations. Now I'm going to go for quite a few of these in the shop this year. Again, I'm not really one for dyed flowers, but these have just been stood in blue dye. I've taken out the stem as a red carnation. It's just given them a real like dark bluey velvet look. I think they're lovely. So that'll be nice for the Christmas bouquets, Christmas arrangements. So use 1, 2 of those. And I don't spread my flowers out. I like to put them quite grouped. Put one over there, maybe a couple over the other side. Again, make sure you get quite a bit of stem going into the oasis so they drink well. One sort of up high, one is slightly lower. And I know you all love this bit when I chop these roses. A couple of lovely, luscious red roses. These are called Red Naomi, and they're the roses I always buy for the shop. They're the ones we'll send out for Valentine's. You cannot beat them. Absolutely beautiful. Nice long stems, nice size head. Haven't got a lot of scent to them, but they last well. They're beautiful. So
I'll vouch for that.
Yes, yeah, they are lovely. And the white Naomi as well, beautiful for weddings. A little bit big for buttonholes, but for brides' bouquets, absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. Place that in. Again, keep my berries quite low. Can you see okay there, or is that vase in the way? Right, okay. So there's all our reds, and oh, I love this skinnier. This is beautiful. Beautiful this time of year, and for winter pots, it just lasts so well. Seeing the dark red and the green. Just again, another nice texture to go in there. Surprising how much you can use from the garden and the hedgerows. And then just spend a little bit on your luxurious few stems of roses. Right, a little bit skinnier there. And then a few oak leaves. A little bit long, just for another nice little bit of colour. Just tuck a few of those in. These have actually been glycerined. Always have these in. Just tuck a few of those in, a little bit more depth of colour. And then we're just going to give it that bit more festive feel, some fir cones. Wiring fir cones, I'll show you. Do you all know how to wire fir cones?
No.
No? Easy peasy. Right, take a long stub wire, get this one off. Not halfway, but just a third up. And just wrap it underneath the most bottom little cones you can. Nice and tight, and twist it. There we are. And then I always use my gutter tape to go down my stems. This one, it thickens the stem, And also it makes the stem a little bit firmer, otherwise with the wire it just tends to be a bit slippy. So this holds it in everything I want, everything I tape. So pop that in. Just stick not too many, probably say 1, 2, even them out. Never put anything opposite each other, always sort of a little bit of an angle. Don't want to use them too big. 5, that will do lovely. 5 fir cones. We've got some nice orange and limes here. These I've bought in, we sell these in the shop, but you can buy them single or you can buy them in bags. Otherwise, if you want to dry them yourself, clementines, tangerines, what they've done is scored them, or the orange slices, slice them very thin, put them in the oven. On the arga's brilliant for drying fruit out, but if you put them in the oven overnight on a really, really low temperature, if you put them in too high, they'll just burn and go black. So just let them dry out. You could put them in the airing cupboard, it would take quite a long time. But oven, perfect. But like I say, arga, even more perfect. And to wire them, again, if I do something and I haven't showed you, just say, how did you do that? Sometimes I get a bit carried away with myself. Another long wire, it can be quite tricky. Put it through. Just might have to move that in the next one. So again, not all the way through because you want quite a long stem. So just a little bit of the way, a third of the way through. Bend it down, twist and tape. And again, just like that. Yeah. Easy peasy. And then I'd say probably just 3, 5. 3 and 3. I like to work in my odd numbers. I think 2s can look okay sometimes, but 4s, 6s does look a bit odd. Obviously the rules of flower arranging. Now I must point out, I'm not trained, I'm self-taught. And my motto is, as long as it stays together and it looks beautiful, it doesn't matter how you do it. Then we've got a few orange slices.
Can I just ask you, do you put them in the sort of, you say grate in the arga?
Yeah.
Bottom left, are we talking oven?
Oh, bottom left. I wouldn't put them on the high. No, just keep them very low on the bottom.
You put them in the bottom, cool it in a plate warming oven or something.
Yeah, okay. Perfect. I mean, if I put them on in the oven, I just put them on the lowest, like 100 degrees centigrade, whatever that is Fahrenheit. But really, really low.
Arga.
Arga. I don't know. I've never used an arga. But I know people say that arga's brilliant. But I think sometimes people just lay them on top.
Okay.
Which is, it's always on, isn't it?
You need to put them in the simmering oven first, which is what I call the bottom.
Ah, right. Okay. Just to start them off.
Definitely.
Oh, right. Okay. You've obviously
If
got
you
an
left
arga.
it, if you left it over, and I do that.
Yeah.
If you left it overnight, I think it'll be too much. So I put it a couple of hours, then put whatever you've got them in on the top of the arga, and if they're still not dry, another couple of hours in the morning.
Okay.
Oh, there we are.
I've just done that.
Oh, perfect.
Can you just score them first? Just score
With those, yes, just score them, and then as they dry out, they'll open.
Okay.
I haven't tried whole ones.
No.
They take a long time.
They do.
A lot
Yeah,
more
I have tried those, and they do take a long
moisture
time.
to take out of that. But really, you're just taking the moisture out, aren't you? You don't want to colour them very much. You don't want them to be too brittle.
No, that's it. They do change colour, don't they? So again, the orange slices, I've just put 2 together. 2 together, and I'll put my wire not through the middle because it's going to show otherwise, but just down through the bottom, bent it and wired it round again. And just put a few pieces of those in, again evenly around. And then just to finish it off, give it a little bit bling. Some of you might like to keep it a little bit more natural, but again, baubles really easy to wire. Little tiny ones from Poundland, about 1,000. I'll do this sort of thing. I might want to use a couple of larger ones, but I'll probably put about 5 in there. And tape. And just a couple of those. Like I said, I'll probably put a few more in. And there we have finished display.
Very good.